Welcome back to G-Force English. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to test your listening skills of fast English, the English that native English speakers use everywhere outside of the classroom to help you improve your listening skills and also expand your vocabulary. Let's get started. Here are your instructions for the entire lesson. I am going to say a sentence 3 times. And I want you to write down exactly what you hear in the comment section below. After, I'll explain what I said, I'll explain the pronunciation changes that take place in fast English, and I'll also explain the expressions that I use. In order for you to pass this test, you need to do 2 things. First, you need to hear the individual words I say, but also you need to understand the meaning of what I say. So you need to understand the expressions that I use. Are you ready for your quiz? All right, well, let's get started with number 1. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. I said, cut her some slack. She's a newbie. Did you get that? Do you know what this means? First, let's talk about the pronunciation changes. Her, him, and them, we often shorten these. So her, I get rid of the H sound and it sounds like er. But then I combine it to the word before, cutter, cutter. Cut her some slack. She's, this is a contraction. Native speakers use contractions all the time in spoken English. She's represents she is. She is a newbie. She's a newbie. Now, do you know what this means? To cut someone some slack, this is an expression. And it's when you punish someone less severely than you normally would. And a newbie, this is a new employee. A new employee or even a new member to a group, you can refer to that person as a newbie. So it makes sense that you might cut a newbie some slack. You might be less severe with that person because they're new, they're still learning, they're still training. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. Our second listening exercise, I'll say it 3 times. Give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. Give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. Give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. I said, give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. Give me, we reduce these to sound like gimme, gimme, gimme. Give me 20. 20 here means 20 minutes. Commonly, we drop the minutes when it's obvious. Call me in 5 instead of call me in 5 minutes. Give me 20. Give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 to whip up. Whip up is a phrasal verb. For the pronunciation, notice is whip up, whip up, whip up because of linking. Whip up. Whip up means to prepare something quickly. We specifically use this in a cooking context. Whip up some appies. What are appies? Well, I just said that we use the phrasal verb whip up in a cooking culinary context. What does appies sound like? Anything you can think of? Appetizers. Appetizers. Native speakers, we love shortening words. So we take the word appetizer and we shorten it to appy. Appy, because it's plural in my example, appies. Another common shortened word is simply apps. So you could say, give me 20 to whip up some apps or whip up some appies. Both are commonly used. Are you ready for your next listening exercise? She's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. She's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. She's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. I said, she's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. For pronunciation, notice she's got. Here, the contraction is she has. She has got. I know this because grammatically it isn't correct to say she is got. It's she has got. She's got. She's got some nerve. What does that mean? To have some nerve is an expression to say, how dare she? She has some audacity. So you're criticizing her behavior to say that she has no right to do something. She's got some nerve. Now, what does she have no right to do? Well, is sauntering in 30 minutes late. To understand this, you need to know what saunter in means. When you saunter, it means you walk in a very relaxed, casual, unhurried way. To saunter. In here means into the office, into the room, into the meeting. She sauntered in 30 minutes late. So basically, she came to the meeting 30 minutes late. And when she came, she was so relaxed and she didn't show any sense of urgency, even though she was 30 minutes late. She's got some nerve doing that. Our next listening exercise, I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think you'd pull it off. I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think you'd pull it off. I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think you'd pull it off. I said, I got to hand it to you. I didn't think you'd pull it off. Did you get this one? Got to is pronounced gotta. I gotta. Hand it. Notice the linking here. Hand it. Did. I gotta hand it. Now, I said to you, but native speakers will frequently reduce both of these and say to, ya, or ya. To ya. Gotta hand it to ya. But I believe I said to you. I gotta hand it to you. I gotta hand it to ya. You'd is a contraction. The D stands for would. You would, you'd. It's difficult to hear that D because it's very soft, but grammatically it's important that it's there. You'd pull it off. Notice the linking, pull it, pull it off. When you hand it to someone, it means that you recognize that someone deserves praise or respect. So by saying, I gotta hand it to you, means I have to acknowledge that your actions deserve praise or respect. And why am I doing this? Because the person pulled something off. When you pull something off, it means you achieve something difficult. You succeed at doing something difficult. So that's why this person deserves praise. I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think you'd pull it off, but you did. Our last listening exercise. I've got to have a little me time. I've got to have a little me time. I've got to have a little me time. I said, I've got to have a little me time. Here, notice we have the same gotta reduction, got to, gotta. This time, I said I've. I have as a contraction, I've gotta have a little will sound like lil, little, a little, lil, a little me time. Now, what is me time? Me time is simply personal time. It's time when you can do whatever you want to do. It's your personal time. So of course, I've got to have a little me time. I must have some time for me to do whatever I want to do. Personal time, me time. Now let's do some imitation practice to make sure that you practice this natural pronunciation. I am going to say each sentence 3 times, and I want you to repeat it out loud. And you can do this exercise as frequently as you'd like. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. Cut her some slack, she's a newbie. Give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. Give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. Give me 20 to whip up some appies for the party. She's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. She's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. She's got some nerve sauntering in 30 minutes late. I gotta hand it to you, I didn't think you'd pull it off. I gotta hand it to you, I didn't think you'd pull it off. I gotta hand it to you, I didn't think you'd pull it off. I've gotta have a little me time. I've gotta have a little me time. I've gotta have a little me time. So did you enjoy this lesson? Would you like me to make more listening exercises just like this? If so, put yes, yes, yes in the comments below so I know you enjoyed this lesson. And make sure you get this free speaking guide where I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. You can download it from my website right here, or you can look for the link in the description. And why don't you get started with your next lesson right now?